it's your girl Londyn, and today I'm bringing you a first impression on the NATASHA DENONA Tropic Palette. Now I know that this palette has gotten some really mixed reviews, really mixed bag, but this was on sale on the Sephora website for $75. It may still be there, and I said, okay, go from $125 to $75. Typically speaking, NATASHA DENONA eyeshadows do not go on sale. I know it has really mixed reviews, but I'm going to jump on it because I want to see for myself what I think of it. So that is what we're going to do today. So I'm going to go ahead and open this up. If you've noticed, I already have my foundation on because I'm doing a foundation wear test. So if you guys want to see what foundation I am testing and how it works out, make sure you subscribe to the channel and you check back later so that way you can see how this fares or doesn't fare. So I'm going to go ahead and open this up, and then we're going to kind of get started with an eye look and see what we think about it. So the outer packaging, oh Lord have mercy, the unicarton is really nice. It's this nice kind of metallic blue. I really do like that, and I like the fact that the palette inside looks exactly like the unicarton. Very nice, very pretty. This is much weightier than I thought that it was going to be. This is very heavy. I didn't anticipate that. Now this says that there's 15 shadows and they're 1.5 grams each for each shadow, and or 15 shadows at 0.05 ounces each. So that's fairly good. I know there's some controversy about that too, but that's neither here nor there. There's 24 months on this. It says from the time they open it that these shadows are good, but I think that everybody pretty much uses shadows until the wheels fall off. This has a nice mirror. This is a pretty big mirror for you to use. Looks very nice. And then these are the shadows. So to me, these are beautiful shadows. These are gorgeous. So that's why when this palette first came out and people were giving it such bad reviews, it was like, oh man, I think that's why it was such like a hard hit to everybody, because these were beautiful colors and then they just weren't performing the way that one, the brand kind of, you know, was known for, and two, that these colors just represent something so beautiful and they were kind of just falling short. So I want to go ahead and I kind of want to see for myself today kind of what I think about the shadows. So what we're going to do is I'll pull you guys in a little bit closer so that you can see a little bit better, and then we will go ahead and we will get started. So let me pull you guys in closer. Okay, so now you guys are in a little bit closer, so let's go ahead and get started. So I'm going to be using my color switch today, so all the brushes that I use, they'll be put on here. It takes all the color off of your brush, and I'll be probably using just my Wayne Goss brushes today. I really love those brushes. They never play me out. They never do me wrong. So I know that if something's not performing, it's not the brush's fault. It could be my fault, but it probably is. We're not going to say it's my fault. We're going to say it's just the shadow's fault. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to... This is the Wayne Goss number 3 brush. I always just use my color switch when I first start, just in case. You never know what could be left over. And I'm going to go in here, and I'm actually going to use this mirror. Typically, I don't use mirrors, so if I'm looking down, it's because I'm using the mirror on the palette. But my other mirror is over here, and it's a little far for your girl because she has contacts in. So I think I'm going to go in with... I think I'm going to go in with Peach Puff. And Peach Puff is this pink color right here, so I think I'm going to go in with this as a transition shade just because... Why not, right? I mean, honestly. Why not? So I just dipped my brush in. There wasn't too much kickback on there. Actually, it was very light. So let's kind of see. I've learned that with contacts, it's so hard now doing my eyeshadow because I'm always afraid that I'm going to get powder in my eyes, because it has happened before, and then I have to try to retake out my entire contact. And since I'm a new contact wearer, I'm not exactly you know, really proficient at it, so to have to take them out and redo them really sucks. Now I really like this color. I'm even looking at my far away mirror. You can, I mean, it's a light pink, so to me it's not hyper pigmented, as far as it's not any more pigmented than I would expect a lighter pink to be, but I think that you can definitely tell this is the eye that has it, this is the eye that doesn't have it. And today I'm not using any primer with these because I want to just see how these shadows work. Because all the time I don't use primer. Sometimes I use primer, sometimes I don't. But I just wanted to see how they work without a primer, just on my eyes, because there are a lot of times where I don't use a primer, where I just go in bare-eyed, and I want to just see how they work kind of on their own. Now, if I was a person who always wore primer, then I would have used a primer today because that's the way I'm always going to wear it, and this wouldn't be an accurate representation. But because I'm a person who goes back and forth with primers, I just went ahead and didn't use one today. And I never use kind of canceling out primers. I usually just use like a regular like waterproof primer, but it's not one that actually cancels out color, so it doesn't enhance as far as the color anymore with or without the primer. So yeah, I mean, I think that this so far looks really, really nice. Now, what I will say is I am about an NC 42 to an NC 45 in MAC. So I'm kind of right there in the, I guess, medium to medium deep tones. But for somebody who is African American, I would be considered light skinned. So I could see how this is a light wash of pink naturally by just color, and the saturation on my skin works for that. But I could see if you were deeper than my skin tone, it could be a problem. It's probably going to present as very dusty. If it shows up at all, it will probably show up more as a kind of peachy beige versus a peachy pink. And I could see how then at that point it probably really wouldn't work appropriately for somebody who is probably a little bit deeper than me. So then I think we'll go in with just a little bit smaller brush. This brush got stained by the Jeffree Star shadows. There's nothing on it, but it totally got stained by those. They're fantastic shadows, but they totally got stained. So I'll have to do a review on this because they're really good. And this is the Wayne Goss number 19 brush. I think what we're gonna do, because I'm gonna keep it kind of maybe light, but I think we're gonna go in now with, let's go in with Sangria. So Sangria is this color. So it's a deeper kind of pink berry. And we're just gonna take that, and again, that just had like a little bit of kick up right there when I put my brush in there. We're just gonna take that a little bit lower, just to give a little something something to the crease. I really, really love these Wayne Goss brushes. Wayne Goss brushes, they're definitely an investment, but man, I really think that they can really just make shadows work wonders. Now again, I really like that. It's not super deep, but I can definitely see it. So this is the side that has both shadows. This has both Peach Puff and Sangria. This one just has Peach Puff. I can see it, and I like it because to me it's not overly done. You know, sometimes when I really enjoy peach and pink eyeshadows, but sometimes I put them on and they can make me look like an albino rat, you know what I mean? Where it just looks like, ooh, girl, what happened to you? Are you sick? Are you feeling well? And I don't like that. That just does not work for me. So I actually like kind of like the pigmentation that I'm seeing from this so far. I'm going to go back in again with my cleaned Wayne Goss number 3 brush. I'm just going to kind of buff the edges of that out so we can get our blend on. But so far, I can't be mad at it. I like it. It's a nice wash of color. Again though, I can see that if you were deeper than me, this could present a problem. You'd really have to go in with these kind of brighter blues and such like that, because this could really present a problem. Now, the next color I'm going to go in with, I shouldn't because maybe it's a little too simple, but I'm going to anyway because I think we'll just go with the look. And this is Gusty. And this right here is kind of like a shimmery pink. Looks very foiled. And it looks very, very light. So this one might actually present a bit of a problem. So, but this is what we're doing. We're trying the palette out. So, you know, we can't half step it, right? We said we were going to try it out. And we're trying them out dry, so I'm not going to put any sort of spritz or anything on there. This now is just an e.l.f. smudge brush. This is the brush that I use when I like to like pack on things that have shimmer or glitter on them. This one never plays me out, so again, we'll see. Okay, so Gusty, I'm just making sure I'm coating my brush. Ooh, Lord. Now that one was a little bit more, you guys can see, it did bring a little chunk out of there when I put that in. So now I'm a little weird when I put this on. It might look a little strange. I like to pat, pat, pat when I put them on. One, because I already have my base on. And I try to not get as much fallout as possible. Try to avoid that. And then I found that really with shimmers and things, when you sweep right away, it really doesn't present the best for shimmers and foils and whatnot, what have you. So I like to just be very diligent, very light, very precise when I go in with my shimmers and glitters or anything that's not a matte. Okay, there's, I like it. It's not too much, but I like it. Now, would I say that, oh my gosh, you have to have this palette to get this look? No, I would not. But, considering the fact that I have it, it's not something that I would say, oh, this is a one and done. I'm never going to use this again. Because I actually really am enjoying these colors. Like, I really like it. I mean, I did like 2 applications. I mean, I did small stipples, but I did like 2 full applications. And I actually really like it. So, okay. We're working with it. We're now going to go in with a Wayne Goss number 20 brush, and we're going to try to just do a little bit on the outer corner. Now, I don't always do outer corner V's either. Sometimes I don't want it to be darkened. Sometimes I just want the wash of color and I want it to be done. But because these are all kind of lighter pinks, like kind of almost monochromatic, we're going to go in and we're going to use the only dark brown in the palette, and that is Cocoa right here. Gusty is not going to work on anybody deeper than me. Absolutely no way, no how, not going to happen, girl. Just leave it alone, let it be. So again, that does present a problem. So already I'm seeing that this palette itself is not for a deeper toned, deeper skinned person. It's just not going to happen. It's just not there. So we're taking Cocoa, and I'm taking this again. This is on the Wayne Goss number 20 brush. And I'm just going to lightly put that right here in the corner. Just a little bit, because like I said, I really don't do too much with the corner. And I just have to kind of place it with that. So I really hate doing the other side because I'm not really good at flipping my hand. But I mean, even this color, for me, this is good because I don't really do deep dark corners and things like that on a regular basis. And because of my skin tone, this actually works fine for me. But again, you know, we're in a more inclusive world and a more inclusive time. And so I think it's really important to make sure that not just foundations are inclusive, but that also we try to make eyeshadows be inclusive. Now, not everybody's going to be like a Juvia's Place where it's super pigmented, and that can also present a problem to those of us that aren't deeper skin toned. But you got to do better than this. Like, this is a nice palette for myself, for somebody who's, you know, a lighter skin tone, more fair. But this is nowhere gonna ever work on somebody who is of a deeper skin tone, and that just kind of sucks at an entire palette. I mean, the entire palette. I mean, even these shades. I mean, the entire palette essentially is lost to an entire group of people. And I think that kind of is just something that we need to be more considerate of. That's not just a foundation thing that we need to be inclusive with, but it's also like eyeshadow colors, lipstick colors. I mean, you just want to have a wide variety and range for everybody, but especially in palettes, you want to make sure that, I think that a wide variety of consumers can use the product, not just, you know, this group and that group and leave out entire groups of people. That's just me. I'm going back in with the Wayne Goss number 19 brush, and now I'm going to go back and blend that corner color, that cocoa. Try to give that a good blending. Okay, now I'm just going to switch over to, well, I guess I'll just leave this in my hand. I don't know how people do that, how people flip their hand like this. It's just very odd for me to do it. Typically speaking, I just use my other hand, but it will kind of get in the way of the camera. Okay, and then I'm going to go back in with the Wayne Goss number 3 brush again, and I'm just going to go over everything again here, just so I can make sure things are blended. Now, what I did notice about the like shimmer color Gusty is that I don't have any fallout. I don't have any like glitter or anything down here. And let me say, there are some other shadows that was not the case. So the fallout is you know, almost non-existent. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to, we'll do a little lower lash line. We'll do a little lower lash line. Let's see what we got going on here. Okay, so this one I'm going to take the e.l.f. eye crease brush and let's do, everybody always does that, ooh, I was out of focus there for a second. Everybody does that like pop of blue, but I think what we're going to do, well, maybe we will too. Maybe we'll do Tiger Lily. So we'll do Tiger Lily right here, which is this blue, like royal blue right here, and I believe it's like a metallic. And I know some people had real big problems with this. So let's just hope we don't mess up this entire look right now, because that would suck. So let's go ahead and my contacts are like blurring up on me. Okay. Okay. And the reason why I'm moving so slowly with this is because I don't want it to get too out of control and end up looking like turning my under eye kind of a gray-y color. So okay, I can dig it. I can dig it. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take I'm going to take my Wayne Goss number 5 brush, and I'm going to go in with Cocoa, and that's what I'm going to do. Just going to connect the outer and then really connect the under. Kind of bring it together and give the blue something to kind of sit on. So I like it. It's like, it's light, it's bright, but then it's a little deep on the bottom. So we use Peach Puff, Sangria, Cocoa, Gusty, and Tiger Lily. So I feel like that was a good amount of shadows and a good shade range, because there was the pinks, there was a pink shimmer, there was like a kind of deeper burgundy pink color, there was a brown, and there was also a blue shimmer. So I think that was a pretty good overview of the palette. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to curl my lashes, put some mascara on, put some liner on, put some blush on, come back, and then we'll have a small chat about what we kind of think about this palette and kind of like the look we created. So I will be right back. Hey guys, alright, I'm back with the completed look. So I'll let you guys know what products I used. On my lips, I used the Tarte Rainforest of the Sea lipstick in the color Set Sail. This is a deluxe size sample, and this is just kind of like a, I guess, mauvey nude. And I really just wanted to keep the lips kind of simple, because the eye look, even though itself, the initial eye look is a little simple, the lower lash line is a bit more bold, and so it's a little bit more smoky, a little bit more, and I feel very Kim K-ish, Egyptian-ish, I don't know, I feel very like, rawr. So I wanted to keep the lip a little more neutral. I lined the top of my eyes with the Stila waterproof liner. It's a liquid liner, it's in black. I really, really like it. This is my absolute favorite liner that I've ever used. It does not smudge, it does not budge. It is amazing. On the lower lash line, what I did was I used the Styly Style Line and Seal Twist liner in the color Orchid. So This is just the purple. I thought that the purple would pair nicely with the brown and the blue, just kind of make everything pull together and make everything kind of pop, and I really, really like it. I think it looks really nice. The highlight that I used, of course, was my usual Hot and Heavy face powder from the MAC and Patrick Star collection. It's absolutely, absolutely gorgeous. I just love it. Put it on the highlights of my cheekbones. I put a little here, lightly on the nose. I really, really like this because it's not too heavy of a highlighter. It just gives you a nice overall glow. Like, I mean, honestly, it's just a nice glow. It's just, I really, really, really enjoy that. And then for my blush, I used my Jaclyn Hill and Becca palette, and I used the color, let's see, I used the color Pamplemousse. Yes, Pamplemousse is the one I used. I used this one right here. I really, really like this palette. There's a lot of product in here, so never gonna be able to use it up, but I really, really like this blush because it's not too deep, it's not too light, and it's not too shimmery. A lot of Becca blushes tend to be really, really shimmery, and that one's not, so I think it gave just a nice flush look to the skin. I really, really enjoyed it. And then I set everything with the Smashbox primer water just to take away any powderiness that we had. Oh, and lastly, for my mascara, I used the Urban Decay Perversion mascara, which sometimes it tries to play me out, but I really do like the look that it gives. It gives me nice full-length black lashes, so I wanted to go ahead and give this a shot with this look because I thought that it really called for it. And then of course for my brows, I used the Benefit Precision brow liner, and this is in the color 5. So I went ahead and I used that. I did my brows like a little bit more bold as far as kind of thickness today. I really like it. I think everything came together really good. I actually really like it. Now, let's talk about my thoughts on the palette. Aesthetically, super, super pleasing. Really, really like the package. Feels really weighty. Feels like you're getting your money's worth when you get the palette. She used to have palettes that were more with the clear, the smaller ones had the clear, and I believe the larger ones were kind of like a magnetic, kind of faux leathery type thing. So I really like the hard case. I think it's really, really nice. Like I said, it's really, really weighty. So aesthetics, yes, absolutely, really love it. It's on brand. It looks like I got what I paid for. It looks like, wow, this is amazing. The color story inside, absolutely gorgeous. I mean, this to me speaks summer. This reminds me of like Saint-Tropez, Australia, somewhere international for the summer. This is absolutely a gorgeous, gorgeous palette. As far as the color story goes, you have like some nice neutrals right here, varying, you know, browns, tans, and pinks. You have a few shimmers here. Then you have your nice like bold ones at the bottom if you want to do a pop of color. So the color story is amazing. Where we start to fall apart is that essentially the first 2 rows, even Cocoa, which was deep on me and did my outer corner, if you're a deeper shade than me, and like I said, I'm like an NC42, NC45 at MAC, these aren't gonna work on you. I mean, let's be 100% honest here. Let's just take a few. I mean, can you even see those on my fingers? It's just not gonna work. It's period, end of story. The bottom shades, you know, we used Tiger Lily, and that was good for the waterline, but I could tell that it would not be good for an overall lid color. It's one of those where you're going to make it be more of a liner type of thing. In the future, I would like to use this blue here, but even these, I don't think that they are saturated enough for a person who would be deeper than my complexion. And this violet color, which is called Xena, that's not, I mean, that's barely gonna show up on me. So the sad part about this is that it was originally $125. Yeah, I believe it was $125. I keep thinking $175, but I think it was $125. And now it's on sale for $75. Do I think $75 was worth it? It feels worth it now that I have it. Would I say definitely go out and buy it and $75 is going to be well spent? No. Am I going to return it? No, I'm not. Do I think for $125 it was worth it? Absolutely freaking not. Leave it right there. But for $75, I was willing to spend the money. I do think overall the packaging and for the way the colors work for me, it's worth it. Do I need this in my collection? No. But is it nice to have? Yes. However, this is not something that's going to be usable by everybody, and it's not going to be worth it to everybody because everybody is not my complexion, and therefore it's not going to work the same on them. I think it's really unfortunate, like I mentioned earlier, that, you know, in a time where brands are becoming more inclusive, they're really trying, that we're still kind of falling short with eyeshadows. Like I said, Juvia's Place is known for being highly pigmented eyeshadows, and it's sad when we have like a brand that can do that. If they can do it, other brands can do it. And I think that right now everybody is really focused on the foundations and complexion products and being inclusive in those, and I think that that's amazing. But I do think that people and brands need to start looking towards some of their other products and go beyond complexion, because eyeshadows also need to become inclusive. I think that you don't want to exclude an entire group of people from your eyeshadow products, because if you think complexion products are big sellers, eyeshadows are even bigger, especially because the packaging is like a book. The cover will draw you right in, and you want to see this on your vanity. You want to be able to pick this up every morning and be like, oh my gosh, I really want to use this. Well, if you're excluded, if you're a group that's excluded from these shades showing up on you, that's going to be something where I think that, you know, brands are really going to start to lose out on, because people aren't standing for that anymore. People are really saying, you know, inclusivity, not exclusivity. If one brand can do it, all you brands can do it. So get it together. The bar has been set. It's time for you to meet you know, that bar and stop falling short of it, because falling short of it isn't good enough anymore. So I'm looking forward to brands hopefully expanding the things that they do with shadows, the types of pigments they use with shadows, and really kind of meeting where we're setting that bar and the expectation for now, so that way we all can use the eyeshadows. And I'm not saying every eyeshadow in a 16 pan palette or 15 pan palette has to be able to be used by deep and has to be able to be used by light, because that's going to be a rarity, where what can suit the fairest of the fair is also going to be able to suit the deepest of the deep. What I'm saying is that collectively inside of the palette there should be enough shadows that can suit deep, enough shadows that can suit fair, enough shadows that can suit medium, to make it a cohesive palette and make it an inclusive palette. So that's what I'm looking forward to in the future. That's what I'm hoping for in the future. And I think that brands just got to step up. It's time, step up, become inclusive, not exclusive, and I think that you'll be good. So do I think that you need the palette? No. Am I going to return it? No. Do I think it was worth it? For me, I think at $75 for the way that they perform on my eyes, for the way they perform for my skin tone, my shade, yes, I think it was worth it. However, do I think I could have spent $75 elsewhere? Yeah, I could have. At $125, I don't think it's worth it for anybody, not even somebody who is fair complected. I don't think that it's worth it. I think it should have always been probably more like $65. I think the brand itself is a little overpriced, and I think that people are kind of getting hip to the game and catching on to that, and they're really saying that, you know, when the brand started, they kind of wowed and oohed us with these colors and, you know, shimmers and this, that, and the other, and so they kind of set the bar with the price for their brand. But again, other brands are doing bigger and better things now at a lower cost. So now it's, you know, kind of like, you know, we've seen beyond the curtain of Oz, and we've said, hey, there's just a man back there, you know what I mean? And we're saying maybe the price is no longer suiting the quality of the brand, and we're with it going down in price, you know, becoming $75 at Sephora. I think that people are saying, step up. If you want to get the coin, then you've got to have the product. You know what I mean? So those are my thoughts, those are my feelings on it. I hope that you guys enjoyed this kind of first impression and kind of overview thought that I had on it. I tried to use as many shades as I could to still have kind of a cohesive look. So I think we used about 5 shades. So 5 out of 15 I don't think was bad. We used some different variations, some mattes, some shimmers, some kind of more high shine glitters without any primer. So this is me without primer, seeing how they work just naked, just bare. So I hope that you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, please give me 2 very enthusiastic thumbs up. Let me know in the comment section how you guys feel about this palette. If you have it, if you don't have it, if you want it, if you don't want it, did you get it at the price? How do you feel about brands becoming inclusive in the eyeshadow game as well as the complexion game? If you have not already, please hit that subscribe button and the notification bell so you can be notified of all my new and upcoming videos. And until next time, guys, I love you so much. I will miss you, and I'll see you in my next video. I love you guys. Bye.